you are a highly independent, successful woman that wants love, then make sure you watch this video because I'm going to share with you why that is not happening and what you can shift internally and externally to start noticing a difference. I am Nicole Elissa, and I am an intuitive love coach, and I help successful women like you attract the love of their lives and keep it. So with that being said, I want to share with you, I know what it is like to have what I like to call the chase energy. You can be this super successful, highly independent, capable woman, and at the same time, you feel like men are not pursuing you. Maybe you feel like you're doing all the work. And there's a reason for that. And even depending on your sign, your zodiac sign, I can share with you why that is happening and the work that you can do to shift that around. I am a love coach and I'm an intuitive. I like to bridge and explain really spiritual things that are happening in regards to your love life in a very easy way for you to understand so that you can take action and see results in your life. I do this work through coaching and energy work being both spiritual but also on your body, like nervous system. It can be live, online, that's what I mean. But I wanted to explain this to you because this might not be your average video on what to do if men are not pursuing you. I'm big on the embodiment of the divine feminine. It's an energy, it's a magnetism, it's an energy. Your energy speaks for itself. So if you're curious about energy, you're curious about embodiment and kind of like enlightenment, like in the sense of just being more of that light, shining more of your light and feeling like you're in your power when it comes to love, then I am excited. Awesome. Hi, love. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for being here. So this is going to be a fun conversation. And like I said, depending on your sign, I've been doing this work for many years and I have started, I noticed certain things depending on your zodiac sign. And also, it's not necessarily your zodiac sign, but if you have big elements or you have, you know, a large amount of that sign on your zodiac chart, you might see a difference. And so pay attention. If you know your chart or if you just know your regular zodiac sign, then this video is going to help you. I am going to share with you what I've noticed for at least like seven to eight of the zodiac signs, because I'm going to speak from experience of what I worked, like the people that I've worked with, and how they can shift that energy around. There are certain signs that I haven't really worked much with, so I'm not, even though I'm an intuitive, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to address it fully, okay? So if men are not pursuing you, chances are you have what I like to call the chase energy if you're a highly empowered woman. Somewhere you picked up that love was not going to come easy for you. And the fact is, if that men are not pursuing you, is because somewhere you're protecting yourself. You might have abandonment wounds, where either what it looks like is that you see no men pursuing you, no men chasing you, no men being interested in you. Or what's happening too is that it's the abandonment wound, but at the other end, you're protecting yourself from rejection, from abandonment. You know, it's the abandonment wound is very connected to all of this. And I strongly encourage you to watch this video because you might have the chase energy. So feminine energy is all about embodiment, how you're feeling on the inside. And quite honestly and quite frankly, one of the things that we've been taught as women in the most recent years, I hear in the last 40 years, has been a lot about fighting. You know, fighting for your rights, even fighting for love, fighting to get attention. Do you see how it's correlated to abandonment? So depending on your defense mechanism, whether it's flight, freeze, fawn, or fight, you can either be in an energy of fighting for love, you can be in a state of freeze, you can just not feel comfortable and open in your own energy to attract love because for you and your frequency, love is not a normal thing. Being in a happy giving and receiving energetic dynamic of love is not normal, okay? So I'm not wronging you. I'm talking. My Mercury is in Aquarius and I'm a Pisces, so I like to explain things in a very, I talk about energy. I'm also an engineer as well, before I got into coaching, and I like to explain things in a specific order. That's why I want things to make sense to you. Let's look at things from the angle of energy and understanding that there's layers to energy. I'm not adding any feeling to this. I'm just explaining to you energy and structure, okay? Because there is a structure to love. So this is meant to empower you so that you know that there's a way out of the situation where you're feeling like men are not going to choose you, you're never going to be loved, you're never going to be chosen, you don't know what to do, you feel like, oh my gosh, how is this going to happen? Then I got you, okay? Don't worry. So here's what's happening. Like I said, I'm not adding feeling to this. The energy of love might not be normal. What that means is that you might have been in a state of freeze, flight, fright, fight or fawn response where it's like, oh my God, I'm not gonna receive love easily because either I feel like my parents are not giving me enough love or attention, or I have to work for love, I have to fight for love, I have to get good grades for love. This all starts at very early ages. So whatever your defense mechanisms are, because it might not just be one, you might be operating under that energy up until this day. It might be easier for you to manifest love and money than it is to manifest
Bluetooth
love.
Desconectado.
Sorry.
Conectado a Bluetooth.
Practicing my patience with this thing. It's my speaker. So it might be easier for you to manifest love because you feel more in control, more in your power around that. But when it comes to love, you might have a different set of emotions that take over you. And you're like, but why aren't men noticing me? So you might be operating, no matter how successful, no matter if you're a millionaire, a billionaire, like multiple businesses, like just CEO level. I'm not wronging you. I'm not shaming you. I'm explaining energy so that you can succeed and you can, I hear conquer, even, which sounds a little bit masculine, but that's what I'm hearing. This area as well, so you can feel the energy of having it all. It's you are gonna have to step up. You're gonna have to rise to the occasion and do it. And thankfully, that's what I was told that I needed to do. And that's even why I'm here right now helping you, okay? Helping you understand things and make the energy of love easier to understand, to digest, and to take action on so that you can support yourself and see genuine results, see change. So if you've been craving change, pay attention. So basically what's happening is that you might have felt, you experience when it comes to love, a different new set of emotions that you do not like. Because here's the thing about this, about attracting love, okay? And pay attention to this, because sometimes people tell me that I talk a lot, but I like to explain things. And I feel like sometimes I need to explain things so that it clicks, and you let go of a resistance. Sometimes when we are in flight or flight or freeze or fawn response, and I'm speaking as a coach and as an intuitive, okay, not as a therapist. So I'm talking what I see in the layers of energy. We are like static. We are frozen. We don't like change, okay? And even when you get older, you start noticing that you like change less. But in reality, we are changed. We are meant to be changed. We're meant to be in a creative expansion all of the time. We're meant to be constantly receiving. The minute you stop liking change, you're embodying fear somewhere in your energy, and you're assuming things about the change. So you might be very methodical when it comes to business, but when it comes to love, you might not like change. So thank you. You explained things very well. It's different from, I appreciate you. I appreciate the compliment. Today I was told that I needed to receive my compliment, so I'm going to take it different than most information I've heard around love. So thank you. I appreciate that fully. I really do. So here's the thing. You might not like change, and you might be very methodical. You might like doing things in a specific way. And I don't feel like many people know that sometimes this is a response to that flight or fawn response, or even sometimes to trauma. But in reality, the feminine or just a regular person is meant to feel alive, magnetic, constantly receiving and giving, receiving. It's constant changing energy. But in that fear of abandonment, in that fear of losing love, in that fear of things not working out, you become kind of rigid. And I don't want you to become rigid, it's about opening up to understanding and allowing it and moving forward and creating amazing things with it, okay? So what happens, that state of flight or flight, freeze, fawn response keeps you like this, and you might not want to learn more. So you want to become aware of that, because the key to success is always learning more. You don't know what you don't know, okay? Be very open. The frequency of love is very expansive. So here's the thing. That's why I'm in a constant state of learning, and why I help people like understand things so quickly so that they can move forward. And so it doesn't take you like years like it did me. Like I've been studying the energy of love day in and day out for more like 7 years or more, more honestly. So day and night, like not like helping, wanting to help. So here's the thing. Secretly, that fear of abandonment makes you act out in certain ways. And it's part of the results that you're seeing, whether you're not seeing any single man attract, like be interested in you, or seeing men that just kind of flake, or that you have to keep with you. I'm going to ask you to pay attention to your body, to how you're feeling as I'm saying this. If it feels a little bit tight, tense, anxious, you know, like pissed off, even, all of those are signs of a reactive system, okay? Where you're not acknowledging the truth. Because one of the things that I picked up intuitively was that sometimes there's like denial, you know, but denial is the opposite of truth. The more you can accept, or you can feel, or at least like recognize, like, hey, like there's something that she's saying that's really making sense to me, then you can take action, okay? And by the way, if you want to attract the type of man that you want, stick around, because I'm launching my program, Attract the Type of Man You Want, where I'm going to help you through your energy attract the type of man, because energy speaks for itself, and your energy needs to be open for love, that freely, like happy giving and receiving energy, flow of energy. So yeah, and there's an early bird price, so make sure that you watch this video. So here's the thing. A lot of fighter women, meaning women who are highly independent, who are like, you know what, I hear like, F this, I'm not going to stick around here, I'm going to make money, I'm going to make it happen. These are fighter women because they fought to get to where they're at right now. A lot of these women are the ones that actually have fighting energy when it comes to love, but it manifests in a different energy. It might be subdued within you. You might not realize why some men, you attract either men that are more feminine, or men that are masculine are not interested in you. It's because maybe you're holding more of this masculine energy and you don't know it, or you don't want to admit it. But it's time to admit it so you can see a different result. You're not meant to live in flight or flight or freeze all of your life, okay? Those are states that helped you get to where you're at right now. But if you really ask yourself, you might notice that you don't want to keep on being this super highly independent woman that's kind of stressed out and doesn't feel like she can truly rely on anyone on a romantic level, you know, or she doesn't allow herself to have the family that she really wants. So the abandoned energy runs different across different signs from what I've personally seen. Remember, this is what I'm going to say next can have to do with your big like your big three, which is your sun, your moon, your ascendant, or your Venus, or if you have a lot of placements with this sign, okay? I'm going to mention like 7 or something. So what you can do, what you need to do, for those of you that might not be interested in the sign things, but I want you to understand what is it that you need to do. If you're in a chasing energy, okay, unconsciously, or men are not pursuing you, I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you. You're a goddess in your own right. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be loved. You have to allow that energy in, okay? There might be certain things, there are certain things, I don't want to sugarcoat it, that need to change on a structural level. What's going on the inside. Belief systems, fears that you're going to have to let go. Let go of them in the most of your capacity within your energy, so that, here's the key, love, like you start to integrate the energy of love as it being normal in your energetic system. Okay, this is the thing. If you're in a fighting response, you're not assuming or expecting love to be a normal thing. Because if love is a normal vibration running within you, okay, then you're more relaxed. You're even okay with letting people go. You're not in a chasing energy. You see what I mean? So for some of you, it might click like this, but I always encourage you to work with a coach, to work with somebody, like go deeper with this. Deep, okay, deep. Why? Because your energy is gonna be unique to you. How you reject love is unique to you unconsciously, because you might be trying to protect yourself from love. Now remember, as I always say, love is not what you need to be fearing. Love is actually the safest energy there is. Love is who you are. Love is safe. What you really fear is people who do not know how to love, or people who run in ego, or people who don't want to change, or people who don't want to work on themselves, who don't want to tap it into more love. So the person that's dangerous to you is a person who doesn't want to know more about love. Okay, that doesn't want to learn, that doesn't feel like they're deserving, or tries to stop you from accessing more love. Okay, but love is safe. So running away from love, it doesn't really make sense. You need to tap it into the energy of, you know what, I'm the creator of my life. I'm a soul, and I'm creating, and I'm in a constant flow of giving and receiving love. You have to choose it. Unconsciously, when you're trying to protect yourself from what you consider to be love, either growing up or with your first experiences, if maybe you made a douchebag or somebody that was not the right fit for you, your subconscious like doesn't know the difference between the fact that, hey, you know what, this person was the one that was dangerous, that person that did not know the energy of love, but in reality, love is the thing that's safe. No, because there's high emotion and it's how you're interpreting it. You start shutting down from love and you start mixing it all together, but in reality, love is safe. So when you start to unpack that and allow more of the energy of love coming in, and you make it a more normal thing, you start creating a loving environment for yourself where you are no longer in survival mode. I even hear victimization. I'm not calling you a victim. That's what I'm saying. It's like just in a state of kind of like grief. So it's very interesting because I've worked with really high, powerful, like successful women. When they come to me and they're like depleted, tired, they have hormonal imbalances, they have a bunch of different things because they reached to a point where they couldn't do more under that fighting survival energy. And I don't want that to be you. Don't be the person who just works on their love life because they've tried everything else and they're already defeated. Be proactive about love. Like fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to see it, I had to learn about love and do these things at a very early age. I had to start around the age of 20 or something. And I did not experience love growing up, thankfully, because of my Capricorn. Like I have Capricorn energy. I'm not a Capricorn, but I have a lot of Capricorn energy. Somebody told me, Nicole, like if you have to do something, you just do it. That was my dad. And not only that, but they told me if you do not take action, you will repeat some of the patterns that your parents did in some sort of shape or form, or you could. And I said, you know what? My dad and my mom, they both deserve to be loved. They did not go for love. They settled, they stayed there, maybe didn't even feel like they were worthy of more, or I don't know. The thing is that I knew that they deserve better and I deserve better, and that's why I had to work on it, you know? So be proactive about the energy of love. So I'm gonna share with you the key, like I said, is making the energy of love be a normal thing within you. What is happening is that here's the missing piece of why men are not pursuing you. Is what you're doing with your feminine energy, what you're doing with your overall energy. Your overall energy is still fighting, or is still in indignation. So around like receiving love or exposing your feelings or being vulnerable or showing up or doing the work for yourself. So what happens is that you hear these things, you're like, yes, yes, I got it. And you go at it about it like a soldier, or you're secretly upset about it, but your overall energy is not just your mind or your subconscious. Your heart, you know, it has feelings and it has emotions. We store emotions in our body, okay? In our body, we have layers. You know, we have, like, you store it in the body, you store it in your chakras, you store it in different things. The issue is that you go about it like in a very linear way, and you just want to get it immediately, trying to use that fight response, like boom, like this, when in reality you have to be more gentle, more like be very vulnerable, intimate with yourself. Because as I said, so you just hear this and you assume that that's it, but your rejection energy is a little bit different than anybody else, okay? So it will work in layers, and it would be best if you work with somebody that you can do it on a longer term, somebody that you trust, or a couple of people that you trust, experts in the field, or people that you can help you tap into your energy and release and let go of these things, so that once again they can, like, you know, I help you do this, normalize the energy of love in your field, and it be a woman that attracts love, full stop, rather than you being the chaser. So I'm gonna read something here that I wrote down because sometimes when I pick up on things, I wrote here on caps, stop the chase. Why you're chasing men instead of being pursued. So I'm gonna mention certain signs. I'm gonna start with my own sign, Pisces. Okay, I have a lot of Pisces energy in me. So Pisces, like women, what I notice is very, very like service-based sign. So Pisces, what I notice is you attach yourself to people and you give them all that they want emotionally. You want to be their emotional support. You want to be their emotional strength. You pour onto people. You try to be meaningful, okay? You try to be meaningful. You dream about how a person is going to find meaning in you and how they're going to love you, because chances are you probably didn't feel like your parents saw the meaning in you and your depth and your love and your capacity to just kind of like love and nurture and hug somebody, you know? So you give and 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 you nurture even when that person does not deserve it. Your survival objection or energy is more around like, I need to give, I need I need to pour my love into them. You stick around and you stick around and you stick around to somebody. You understand them to their core, but you're not necessarily noticing that that person is not giving the same to you in return, or they do not take the same time or effort to understand you. So you have to work on this, because the Pisces energy can be a little bit obsessive around it, like not understanding that somebody may not be fully into you. And I say this, I have a lot of Pisces in me, like sun and moon, okay? I used to like a guy for like 10 years, not getting the hint. So, and sticking around even with friendships, etc., just trying to be understanding, because we are very understanding. But the thing about this is that that chasing energy that you do can put off people, okay? Because you're not gonna have to chase your ideal person, and you're not gonna have to do a lot of the things that you do, which can be a little bit codependent in nature, and or a lot, you know, being honest, and you're just giving, 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 but then you're not giving to yourself. So you need to like allow yourself to attract somebody that is gonna truly see you, nurture you, and understand you, okay? So what you need to work on, and what I help you work on, is clearing up that energy where you're not being met, but you're still giving emotionally, okay? So here's the thing, Pisces, like you need to stop the chase. I'll be very honest with you. Pisces like chases, and it's not because I hear you don't believe that nobody's like gonna love you like fully like that. Like you gotta look and explore the reason underneath your giving, and if it's coming from abundance, from a full cup, or if it's coming from, you know, if it's coming from abundance or if it's coming from desperation, okay? So what I would help you do is balance that energy out so you feel better about yourself, you feel complete around it, and you allow yourself to receive in return. And we would do that with a lot of energy work, like body energetic work, helping you release it from your nervous system, from your chakras. I hear sense of hopelessness, abandonment. I can help you do that, okay? And I will help you do that and attract the type of man that you want, so stick around. All right, or go to the end of the video if you wanna know more, but it would be interesting to know also the other signs as well that I have written down here. So the opposite of Pisces is Virgo. They say they're very complementing signs. And what I notice about Virgo is that Virgo works hard for love, okay? I noticed Virgo is a very highly capable sign, okay? And you put a lot of effort into what you do, Virgo. The thing is that you put your work ethic into attracting love. You, like I hear you labor, like you put a lot of labor, like in regards to the energy of love. Sorry, I'm getting like a leg cramp. And you feel like you're serving, and that can piss you off. You end up feeling really upset. You feel used, which is very interesting because I feel like Pisces puts in a lot of work emotionally. Like I want to be your emotional support. Now Virgo, it feels to me that they want to lift the other person up. Like they want to create a different type of structure. They keep everything going, but to the point where they're doing a lot of work, and they might attract people, men that neglect them, that are used to doing them all of the work. So Virgo is not allowing themselves to receive, to be pleasured, to be chased, or to be happy, because they are the ones that are doing all of the work. The same with as Pisces, like you gotta balance out your energy. Let's see, what else do I have here? So So you have to let people choose you for the long haul. I notice that Virgo struggles with this, doubts this a lot, to the point where they work, and they try to make it work in a relationship that might be like not working, you know, or dying, or like, I want you to see this, both in every sign that I'm missing, it's like a blinder. You overperform, Virgo, Pisces. The woman that I'm telling you, if you feel like men are not pursuing you, you are overperforming. The key is to reduce, balance out, eliminate, lower, remove the charge that makes you impulsively do all of that, because those things are blinders to your intuition and to you being chased, because you are occupying all of this space unconsciously, whether you know it or not. Okay, so this is when you balance out the charge of having to do, of having to perform, of having to keep people around you, or you're just so upset that you feel like you have to do it but you don't want to do it. They're all elements of the same coin. Okay, so I notice that Virgo tends to quit a lot. Like, they're like, enough, I don't want to do more. And that's like a blinder, because when you're stopping, it's like, I notice that Virgo confuses this a lot, in the sense of like, I have to work to do love or to attract love, because in their minds, like, they're so used to working that they're like, why? Like, you know, I understand you want to receive. The thing about this is that you're not working for love, okay? The real work is lowering the charge where you overdo things, and you're not secretly believing that people are going to stay with you for the long haul. So you stop yourself from that, and you become sometimes victimized about it. Okay, so be mindful of that. Be you. Like, for example, I'm a Pisces. I'm a lover of love. Okay, so I'm here, and there's no complaints about it. But the thing is that, you know, I'm not a Virgo, so the thing is, the complaint energy, you have to look into it, because I notice that Virgo energy can complain about doing work, and I understand you guys work a lot. The thing is that I feel like with Virgo, you have to open up your heart. Like, there's like a brick here sometimes, like what I'm seeing with my clients, and wherever you're not feeling worthy of love, because I hear like somewhere you're not feeling worthy of it, and that's maybe why you overperform. So you do have to work around feeling worthy, and it will be beneficial for you to balance out the energy where you're receiving and you're not the one that's doing everything. So that will be beneficial for you, and that will help you definitely attract the type of man that you want. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna move on to Aries. Aries, this is interesting about Aries, and I'm gonna be going a little bit quicker now. Aries is, here's the thing about Aries. Aries, it's like, I feel like Aries has this need of like needing the person to choose them sometimes, and then it becomes kind of like a demand, like demanding that the person chooses them. Like, how dare you leave me? How dare you not choose me? It's like Aries knows their worth, but then they're going about it in an unconscious way where they're not attracting necessarily, like, they blind themselves to the fact that you can't force somebody to be with you, you know? No matter how many demands you make on a person, do you really want to be with somebody that you have to make demands to choose you or to stay with you? Okay? So in that impulsive, fiery energy that can come out, you're overgiving once again, in the sense of like, you're not fully expecting to receive. So I would recommend for Aries to look into who hurt you. You know, there's somebody that you're angry with, somebody that you're trying to really make demands to. Is probably a parent, like, you should have been there for me. And there was a codependent connection there, right, with a parent. But that codependent connection shouldn't exist in a romantic relationship where you just want to be chosen, and then you put that blinder on where is not the right person for you. For Aries, it would be beneficial to work on letting go, and also building intuition and forgiveness. Okay, so this is all the things that the things that I'm noticing. And when I even say forgiveness, I even mean on an energetic level, like pent up fiery energy that is there. Like you're angry with somebody, but anger at an unconscious energetic level can block you. You have to know how to use your anger to move you forward to properly into the future that you want, but it's not by pushing people or trying to make people stay with you. You do not have to do that. You know, you do not have to do that. And it's about allowing somebody to choose you, and somebody that is going to really commit to you. So let's see, what else do I have here? Let's see. Okay. I feel like Aries also can have a lack of trust sometimes. Aries can have a lack of trust. Anger. Here's what I think about, what I notice about anger. Anger, repressed anger, like kind of dams your energy in a way. You know, it's like putting a hard stop. And entitlement, and I'm speaking this to Aries and to any other sign that this relates to, entitlement is not going to give you love. That fighting energy, that fight response with entitlement is not the equivalent of self-love, self-care, self-nurturing, and worth. You're going to really have to forgive who hurt you, okay, and forgive yourself for even harboring that anger so that you are more at peace, or you are at peace. And then you can work on the self-worth piece without here being upset at somebody or pointing a finger or staying stuck on the person, because sometimes Aries can stay stuck waiting for the apology of another person, and they're not moving forward because they're so angry and so hurt and abandoned by that experience. You can't force people to choose you, okay? So I'm saying this with love. So let's see, Capricorn. I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart. Capricorn is the I am the boss energy. And like I said, this might be relevant to you based on your, like, even if Capricorn is not your main, like, a sign, if you have a lot of placements on Capricorn or any of the other signs, this might be relevant for you as well. So Capricorn is the I am the boss energy. They have this energy of a need to control how the relationship goes, for how long, lack of trust in being taken care of and provided for. So they sometimes unconsciously, Capricorn, I say this with love, you're manipulating or you're pushing so that the other person stays, so it doesn't leave. And Capricorn craves security. So I really wanted to mention this because Capricorn doesn't like wishy-washy energy or wishy-washy people either. But this is the thing, that desire for love connected with the fighting stance energy makes you like, it blinds you to the fact that you're once again overdoing things. And it's in your comfort zone to boss, like to be the boss in that and trying to control how the situation is moving. So I heard that's not attractive, okay? Because why am I getting to say this to Capricorn? Because I'm hearing Capricorn, you're a really attractive person. And sometimes Capricorn gets a bad rap around this. I'm not going to go there, but Capricorn, you are a very attractive person. I'm hearing you do not need to control, okay? You do not need to control or keep people around you. And in that boss energy, a lot of Capricorns or high Capricorn placements find themselves attracting men that are a little bit more flighty, the same very energy that they do not like, and not getting their needs met. You know, everybody relying on you, Capricorn. So for you, the thing about Capricorn is that part of the shadow of Capricorn is has to do a little bit with their image. So I notice that sometimes the Capricorn energy stops themselves from working on themselves or connecting more to that energy of receiving because of an image conversation. They're like, but why should I be doing that? You know, like it's like a superiority thing where they're like, I should be higher. Like, why should I do this? I say this with love because I work with a lot of women who have Capricorn energy in them. I am one. So with that being said, you have to be mindful and study your own energy so that both, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, or the shadow. It doesn't have to, it's not a bad thing necessarily. It's not bad. It's just looking at how different ways you protect yourself and how you isolate yourself. Because I really feel like Capricorn isolates themselves a lot. And this I am the boss energy and kind of rigid energy of how they need to be and protecting their image kind of stunts sometimes their feminine energy, letting them be more in the flow and letting them be appreciated by how amazing and powerful they are. Let's see. So it's a need to know it all and to kind of be in control. Once again, if you lower the charge around this and you raise the charge or the energy around receiving, being met, you will notice a difference. You know, once again, Capricorn is occupying all of this space in that effort of somebody not leaving. Please understand the defense mechanisms over time, they become like rigid, like difficult, like it's just it's not a stable energy for the long haul. And you might notice that you might not been feeling your best as years have gone by. It's because you need to let go of the survival tendencies. And I highly recommend that no matter what you do, whether it's therapy, coaching, all of the above, you also have or you work deeply with somebody that can work with the energy, the subconscious and nervous system, so you can release the hidden triggers that are effectively making you not fully trust yourself, allow that type of connection in. Okay, it's a deeper energy. So the quicker you can work with somebody that can help you pinpoint that, I can do that. That's what I do, and you can read my testimonials. You will see results. So I wanted to go to one of my favorite signs, Aquarius. My dad was an Aquarius, and I have a lot of Aquarius women in my family as well. So let's see. I know that Aquarius wants to control the environment a lot, but in a good way, you know. Aquarius likes to like get the wisdom, the knowledge of a situation and how to control the environment to get love. So I noticed that Aquarius wants to control a little bit how people look at them as well, similar to Capricorn. I noticed that a lot of Aquarius, this is a blinder, right? Aquarius have a lot, I noticed this from all the Aquarius. I've been working with so many different Aquarius, like for a while now, and I noticed the same pattern: a fear of being boring or a fear of being bored. Sometimes it's that it's not like they're like image driven, but it's part of how they control things. You know, like I'm different, like I'm different and you're not, or I'm different and I'm gonna own it, whatever the situation may be. There's nothing wrong with that. So it's a form of connecting with power in a way. And then with that fear of so it's like this is where I wrote down image driven, but not in the way that you think. It is more that they love to serve and they want you to have a nice, fun, lasting experience with them. Okay? So Aquarius, if you feel like I don't get you, here I am. I love Aquarius. So they want you to have a really fun, lasting, really kind, what's the other word that I'm looking for? Experience with them. And because they want you to stay. I see it kind of like in a cute, like Care Bear kind of way. They're very giving. Aquarius is one of the most giving signs there is. And sometimes they don't feel understood. So, or they don't necessarily express what's happening within them. The thing is that it shows as mysteriousness. Sometimes they do not feel prepared because they, like I said, they need to control the environment. They need to figure out, you know, how to create that amazing connection with you that's gonna last a long time. But then you take too much on yourself, you know, like you're not trusting the other person to just relax and receive as well. And then I hear Aquarius, you tend to attract a lot of like what happens here in Panama, what we say is called ninis, men who don't work, who don't study, who don't do anything. Like, so people who want you, who are babies who want to be taken care of, because in your giving nature and you're trying to get them to say you're too responsible and you're not allowing somebody to be there for you as well. Some Aquarius are even saying, I don't need somebody to take care of me. And in that energy, they're not receiving. So I'm here, Aquarius, where is it that do you know how to receive? I'm getting that full sentence for you, Aquarius. So you got to let yourself receive and build your intuition and open up your heart, Aquarius. Here, stop overdoing. So I'm going to mention one last sign, which is Scorpio. I love Scorpio as well. I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart as well. So Scorpio. Scorpio has a lot of fear of love. Being honest, Scorpio has a lot of fear of love. I hear they say that they want love, but they fear it's gonna sting. Okay, so I'm getting to ask you, Scorpio, where is it that you are the one that's creating this thing? You're trying to hide and protect yourself so much, or you're trying to be in control and empower. I hear so that you're not victimized, or you're not hurt, or you're not betrayed, to the point where people cannot read you or feel you. People interpreted you as cold. Where is it that you're looking for power or control over your partner? Okay? Where is it that you feel like you have to manipulate or be possessive over the person? I have Scorpio, okay? I'm all love, okay? I'm all love. I have to see even when I'm being possessive. So this has been an amazing life. And so the thing about Scorpio is that, how do I say this about Scorpio? I don't feel like you let people in. And sometimes it can reach to a point where you're not fully trusting yourself. You're feeling kind of paranoid. So Scorpio, you would be the one that benefits the most of doing energetic work on trusting yourself, trusting others, because that fear, and I hear that sting, keeps you isolated, and you're not letting people in. I'm hearing the word prideful. You might be too prideful sometimes to admit that you're wrong, that you don't know something. But Scorpio, you have the capacity. You have the capacity. I hear a lot of Scorpios on TikTok or other videos where they're like, this is why Scorpio is not liked. And I have to admit, I've had that belief myself for a while, because we've been, like with Scorpio placements, we've been constantly even told that we're not liked, because we can see things in such a way, we can see things that people don't want to see. But Scorpio, is not beneficial for you to keep holding on to the energy of you not being liked. You can transmute that to an energy where people do like you, where you attract people who love your depth, and you then are more acceptive of your own depth, okay? So you can do that a lot through energy work. So I hope that this has connected with you, has been an amazing opportunity to connect with this. If I'm missing your sign, like for example, Libra, I haven't worked with a lot of Libras, but what I can say about Libra is that Libra has this thing with image, where they need to have a certain image. They stop themselves about having a certain image. They like to be flirted, like people flirting with them. And it's like somebody can easily charm you, Libra, okay? And you have to put your feet on the ground. You have to put your feet on the ground and ask yourself, what is there to this person other to the fact that they can, charm me off of my, what is it about them? And also because you're very charming yourself. And the other thing about Libra is that try to connect with your heart more, so that you trust more of what you already know. That's what I'm getting. So the Scorpios I've met, let me read this comment. The Scorpios I've met, I don't know why it's so difficult for me to read comments here when I'm doing a live. Let me see. The Scorpios I've met aren't liked for one reason. They don't want to change, and their feelings are everything. They won't let go of the negative energy, even if they... Ooh, let me see here. Even if they present it with EFT, MDR, they won't let go of the negative energy. What energy? Like negative energy? Like, what do you mean? Give me an example of a negative energy, please. Well, Scorpio is a fixed sign, correct? So this is, you remember what I was saying at the beginning of the video, like not wanting to change and the fact that we are change. And Scorpio's gonna have to know when they need to change. Sometimes it's gonna go through pain. It's gonna be through pain once they lose everything, or they, like, that's when maybe you're open to change, and that's unfortunate, you know. So you gotta be flexible and open and build a connection with your source, with your intuition. Intuition is more than just being naturally intuitive. Intuition is a form of trust. And if your intuition is leading you to never trust anyone, that's not your intuition. That is your survival mechanism. And if you're too prideful, that's your survival mechanism. Okay, so that's why I always like to say intuition is not just taking a course on intuition and opening up your chakras. If it's not allowing you to connect with other people, then you need to clear out, lower that charge that you have against opening up to others, because then you're not really fully intuitive and open to love, because intuition is a form of trust. So here's what I'm gonna say for those of you that are have watched this. So I can help you with this. I hope this is, you're gonna have to want to change. I've spoken with people who tell me like, Nicole, I don't like change. Then I'm not your coach, okay? It's an accumulated energy within you that doesn't want to change, that's tied in with fear, that believes you're not going to get your needs met, that might be entitled, that might be the other. You are change, so you're the one that's missing out, okay? I'm going to say it that way. And you might be okay with that. If you want to be victimized about it, then that's okay. Like, I have to honor you, and I honor you, but this is for the person who wants change, who is tired of not receiving and wants to receive. So let's see here. My friend believes that men hate her and constantly goes online to look at her exes and current girlfriends. She's always upset, so I recommended EFT if she's gonna dig up bones, then at least, you know, clear it up, right? But she won't even try it. My other Scorpio friend and father are the same. They love the negative stories. Ooh. Scorpio energy me. No, it's all good. Look, Scorpios are in a lot of pain. Scorpios have a lot of pain running, you know? And it would be beneficial for Scorpio to let go of the pain. Okay, and let people come close, heal them, love, heal them, okay? And I thank you for what you shared. So Scorpio can be perceived as negative, but they have a lot of pain. They have a lot of pain. A lot of people don't even see half of the things that they see. But just because you're seeing something, Scorpio, doesn't mean that you're not a victim to the system. You can create a reality where you're loved. It's not true that not all Scorpios are liked, you know, or that Geminis are not liked, or that Capricorns are not liked. Like, you create your own reality. Please don't look into astrology to determine whether you're going to be liked or not, and then cover up under that umbrella and say like, well, I'm a Scorpion, I'm not liked, and I don't care. You can create a reality where you're loved. Like, everybody deserves that. You don't have to agree with a textbook thing that you're seeing. Even if you feel like there's truth to that, be courageous enough to work on the energy where you're courageously allowing yourself to be loved for who you are. And yes, it's true, you're gonna have to let go of it's not the well, it could be the negative story, it depends. But they've gone through a lot of pain, so I get it. And you can do everything that's going to serve you and support you, Scorpio, without accumulating negative energy within you, okay? You got to let go of all the hurt and the abandonment, because Scorpio is a sign that is most affected by this, you know? Like, Scorpio, when they start a relationship, they are immediately thinking about the end. Immediately, the abandonment. So it's that fear that makes them not just sometimes fight, but I feel like for Scorpio, makes them go into flight more. Like, they run, you know, they run away from love, which is the very thing that they want. Like, you have to know, Scorpio, that you can have somebody that's gonna really love you, but like, you have to want to do this work yourself. Okay, like we can all help you, and there's people that are out there to help you. One of the person that helps me, like she has a lot of placements in Scorpio, and she's like one of the most loving people that I know, you know. So you don't have to fit into the stereotype, okay? So, or the energy or the collective agreement of the energy. Like just because you're a placement in this or the other does not mean that you're not beloved, you're not gonna be liked, and you don't have to take it on as a cross. You have more power than that. You're constantly co-creating with life, and that's why opportunities like this are gonna help you. So thank you so much, love, for bringing that up. I have a program that will help you. It's called Attract the Type of Man That You Want. It's a small group of women. We have bonuses that are starting on November 30th, and we have an early bird price that's available until Tuesday next week. So if you are interested, I'm going to put the link below for you to set up an assessment call with me, 30 minutes where we're going to connect, and I'm going to help you, because it's the energy. Okay, you got to have the energy of the woman that allows herself to be pursued, but you also have to release the beliefs where you believe that you're not going to be pursued, okay, or where you're not trusting the masculine, where you're not allowing yourself to receive. So we're going to be working intensively on shifting that energy where you're allowing love to blossom, to come in. You're normalizing it. You're expecting more love than rejection or than hurt or abandonment, and that's going to be your power. I always say to people, I don't recommend, like, you don't have to clear until everything is gone. You clear until you have a grasp of your personal power, that you are an authority over your sense of self. Your heart is open, that when you hear another thought or idea or belief, you crush it, you let it go. That's that's how you clear. You clear until you reach to that point, okay? So that you're feeling more of your personal power run through you, and your energy is softer and more open. So sorry for the noise that you're gonna hear in the background. That's just what's happening here. If you're interested, I'm gonna put the link below. It is a high level program. I want you to be committed to love, and I'm ready to help women who wanna attract their man next year. They just wanna open up to love. Then the early bird, like I said, price is gonna be up until next week, and also Wednesday, and also what else was I gonna say? We have the first bonus call on November 30th. All right, so I apologize for the noise, and it was a sincere pleasure to connect with you. And please share this video and let me know in the comment section what were your biggest takeaways of the signs, of the information that was provided, and please share it, because it does help the channel grow, because I've been noticing that it's the lower amount of numbers. So if you can help me, I would sincerely appreciate it. Please share it. Thank you.